Welcome, everybody. Thank you for being here with us. My name is Boris, and just like Marija, Liza, and Ranko, we are newly discovered fans of body technique. I think that each one of us has discovered body technique in their own way, and we're actually here to talk about it and share our experiences. I want to learn from you. I'm sure that each of us can learn something from one another. But I'm really interested in finding out first, how did we discover body technique? Because I think it's something really special. Let's start with the ladies.
Okay.
Lisa?
So during my PhD, I felt I had strong issues with anxiety and depression, and I was looking for a solution online, and I jumped into the website of PBS Center. And by browsing the website, I realized this is something really different than the other techniques that there are online, like meditation, yoga, and so on. With this one, I felt like I could really have everything, like also exercise my body, or have meditation, maybe even cure my anxiety, because that was also something that I read on the website. So I went there with an open mind, and I realized after some time that my body connected with the idea and with the exercises, and I could feel that my anxiety decreased.
Did you feel that pretty much instantly as soon as you came into contact with body technique? Because that's what
Yes.
happened to me,
Yes,
honestly.
I also felt an instant release, but it took me some time until I really changed my mindset around certain things, which then ultimately helped me throughout my life until now. That was
Wonderful.
2 years ago.
And what is your background? What are you doing like?
I'm an electronics engineer, and currently I'm doing a PhD in physics
Oof, wonderful, wonderful. And where are you doing this?
in Switzerland, in Zurich.
Great. We're going to come back to this. I'm very interested in finding out, do you see any similarities between what you do and body technique? Because my journey has been so far that I'm discovering body technique applicable in many different areas of my life. So I'm very interested in hearing that. We're going to come back to you. Marija, what is your experience? How did you learn about body technique?
Well, I was being approached by one of my mentors, and she's really close friend of mine. So one day, just phone rang, and she said, "Hey, Marija, you really have to check out something. I found that amazing thing that, and she is also in fitness field, so she's been through everything. When I say everything, I really mean everything. So coming from her, I thought, that intrigued me, and I said, I have to definitely check that out. So we set up some meetings, and first session was over the Zoom, where I was blown mind because when someone over the Zoom could align me and give me some diagnostic of my body posture, even though you think they cannot see your posture, but it was like a body scan instantly. Over there, I think it got my attention that I wanted to dive deep into the raw meaning of body technique.
Essence of body technique.
Exactly. So the journey just brought me here today, which I'm really thankful for people who brought me. And I must say, coming from fitness background myself and working more than 10 years in that field, pretty intensive, I have to say that myself and colleague in the fitness field, kinesiology itself, we're in denial. When we think we know everything and we know the basic stuff, we actually don't know anything. We forget to teach people how to even breathe, which is beginning of everything. And starting, just to say that I think I'm starting to learn how to breathe just right now with Anna Marija. So maybe that's a simple thing to say, but for me it's another book to write, to
Especially
start.
coming from you, because you have this extensive kinesiology background.
That's
and
correct.
You've probably been around many techniques and many different, let's call them gurus or different techniques. So hearing this from you really means a lot.
True.
Ranko, welcome.
Thank you.
What is your connection with body technique?
Through my wife, basically. She is cooperating with Anna Marija, and I was in the beginning listening what's happening, and slowly got introduced with the body technique. Afterwards, I was also on the personal trainings with Anna Marija. And since my background, except of the business school, is school of body-oriented psychotherapy, I found I found this field very interesting, and the body technique is, as I see it, as I discovered it, some kind of evolutionary upgrade of what I've learned before. So I found not only that the ways of moving a body and discovering different postures with this technique, I found big connections much deeper than the connections only with the body, with myself, with the energy, with the feelings, and etc. etc. So
I'm very glad you're saying this, because one of the first things that I noticed when I came into contact with body technique are actually emotions. I remember having the first session with Anna, and I was extremely emotional during the whole session. Is this something that you guys also noticed? Is this something that you're experiencing?
Absolutely.
I almost felt naked.
You naked and I cried. So
I mean,
let's start like
I
that.
was suppressing my tears just to be on the same page. Yeah. Why do you think that happens? What is it? What is it in this approach that that goes directly to the most powerful emotional field? And I mean, this is really amazing because we have a scientist with us, we have a kinesiology expert, we have a psychologist, right, or a psychotherapist
yeah.
/ entrepreneur.
Yes.
So we have really different walks of life. Liza, I mean, do you feel what I'm saying? Can you
I agree
relate?
with you. Well, from the physics standpoint, I cannot comment a lot on that, but I think the reason why we all release our emotion is because this technique works also on your neurological system. And Anna Marija has a beautiful empathetic nature that can really connect with the person. And by just knowing the person and somehow using her magic, she always manages to open up the person.
I still am 100% convinced that whoever meets Anna or one of her body instructors, because I've met a few, will get this experience for sure. But hearing, Marija, from you that you actually experience the same thing over a Zoom call,
Sure.
is just another confirmation that this is something really, really special.
That's true.
What are you guys doing here in Hvar now? By the way, we are all in a beautiful, one of the most beautiful places in the world, Hvar, Croatia. And are you guys now staying here for a week, for a couple of weeks? You're going to do extensive workouts with Anna. What is the plan?
I would just like to go a little bit back on the subject
Please
that you
do.
started, because it's too interesting for us and for me, myself. When it comes to her workout, your question was, how can we relate? What do we think? Mm-hmm. I wouldn't even call that just a workout. I think it's a work in, not workout.
Great.
So what she does, she works in, and her famous sentence is, listen to your body. Mm-hmm. So that when you're aware, I think it's awakening moment for all of us when we learn how to listen our body. And she keeps reminding us how to, she keeps teaching us how to, and once you experience that, I'm sure each of one got goosebumps, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I would.
Yeah, it's a completely different approach from many other techniques that I'm sure we've all tried in the past, and maybe that's what makes it so powerful in terms of emotions. Because I mean, again, I'll go back to my experience. When I said that I felt naked emotionally in front of Anna. I was in a couple of situations, I was this close to letting go my tears. Of course, I was suppressing them. Still didn't feel all the way comfortable in releasing them, which I later on did. But Ranko, you have experience with psychology and with psychotherapy, and you have done this for how many years in your life?
I don't know, around 10 years.
Around 10
like
years.
This, working, yes.
Were you applying certain techniques that you learned in body technique previously?
No.
Do you see any connections?
Yes, of course. I mean, it's the body. So the body is telling us a lot of things. the techniques in which I applied back in the days, it was body reading and then getting to the emotions. But with this technique, I see the more subtle ways with some exercises to open up the flow, through the muscles, through the body, but also the energy flow, which opens and brings up the emotions or the psychological content. Where during this simple, let's call it simple exercises, the deeper understanding of our vital flow or our our thoughts, our understanding of life is coming up also. So everything is sitting to the right place. As the muscles go, as the joints are sitting on the right place, so the thoughts and the energy flow somehow gets also quite clearer.
I mean, I'm sure that we have all experienced certain blockages in our bodies, and they are probably a result of our life. I mean, of our situations, of our
True.
I don't know, regrets,
Our
pity.
subconscious always carries
yeah,
them.
it's always there. How do you see this, Marija? Let's go back to you. How do you see body technique really helping with this? Because you know what the main problem is usually. We
True.
find something that works, and we're here in a beautiful place, and we're allowing ourselves to focus on this, but then we're going to go back to our regular jobs. And do you see this technique being able to help people go through their everyday?
Absolutely. What is really special about that technique, I don't want people to get confused between just meditation, because we talk now a lot about energy and spirituality maybe and all that energy. But what intrigued me was that with a simple movement, my heart rate was, I'm sure, over 130. With just maybe being able to listen my breath, to learn how to breathe with simple basic movement, my heart rate went up. So it's not just a meditation or Zen positions, like we can say. It's literally, from the body perspective, it's heavy, it's hard, it's not so simple. And all that together, when you align these two movements, like Anna said, there is a medal with one side and the other side. So she combined that in one beautiful workout and beautiful journey for individual. So absolutely, when you train that, your life gets better. You carry your shoulders much easier. You're happier. So with one workout, you get all that together. When people, in fact, I'll go on meditation on Monday, on Tuesday I'm gonna go and see a therapist, and then I'm gonna go to do a cardio for my heart rate. So she came up with this brilliant method to put all that in one. And you don't need a lot of time to get there. I mean, in 10 minutes of maybe 2 or 3 exercise, she aligned us.
Yeah, you're basically saying the same thing as Ranko said, that she's enabling this energy to flow.
Yeah.
Energy can only flow if everything is aligned.
Exactly.
If it's not, then we have these breakups within the body. Liza, you mentioned issues with anxiety. I think it's something very, very known to a lot of people. I think that we've all gone through this at one point in our life. Would you say that this has helped you?
Yes, definitely. I think this is a common problem for PhD students who don't have a lot of time and they're very stressed with a lot of obligations, and then they try to carve out a small piece of time to make an exercise. Usually they go to the gym, but the problem in the gym is that you cannot really focus on the exercise. Your head is so filled with information and things you need to do in the lab. You just don't feel like this exercise is really helping you. At least this is the case for me. So after I found out about body technique, which actually treated my body intelligently, this is a method that actually aligns to you and to your needs. You don't need to align yourself to it. And this is something that is really unique about it. And I just love it. I like that every time when I go to the gym, it's a different kind of exercise. So it always keeps me interested, but it's also very efficient. So in a very small amount of time, I'm supplying my body with everything that it needs.
And would you say that it's definitely, I mean, you mentioned that other types of workouts would be difficult to get into. Your mind would still be somewhere else. when you're doing body technique, due to the nature of
Yeah.
the exercises, you really have to be present. Otherwise, it's not working, right?
Exactly, yes.
So that's
Yes, you need to be careful about your breath, and all the movements are actually very fluid. They're trying to imitate a wave, so it makes you be more present in yourself while you're doing it.
where do you guys see? What do you think the potential, the real potential of body technique is? I mean, we are all here because we really believe in Anna and in things that she does, and in body technique as a whole. As a matter of fact, I would be a very happy person if the whole world would find out about body technique. Honestly.
True.
Definitely.
I think Anna is going to be in big trouble once people figure it out how good it is. But
I think she can handle that, for sure.
Yeah.
Ranko, where do you, or Lisa, go ahead.
I would love to have TBS Center in Zurich, but since there is not one at the moment, I'm compensating that with online classes, which are also really working well.
Yeah. I mean, that's one benefit, let's call it a benefit of this whole thing that happened to the world a year and a half ago. And we were all forced to stay in the house, and Zoom's share prices skyrocketed. So we really moved a lot of businesses to an online environment, and it really has enabled the whole world to be part of body technique. You don't have to come, you don't have to be here in Var right now or somewhere else, or be in a PBS center somewhere else. What would be your, let's start with you, Ranko. If you would meet somebody and you would want to tell them about body technique, or you would try to get them interested in, you want to share your great experience with body technique, how would you go about it?
Except for saying try it or you will regret once.
Okay, that's the best possible way of convincing people.
But no, I would definitely. I mean, I'm convinced not only that I witnessed what we've done and learned here and on my classes, but also we did some measurings here in the groups on a few different ways, and we all
You
of
were
us
measuring
had,
the vital energy
yes,
of
vital
each
energy,
person.
yes, before the exercise, and on the few different techniques also of measuring. So we all got the same results. We got all before and after exercise. It's, I think, around double. We had a double higher energy level than before, and it was around 5 or 10 exercises, not 1 hour or sweating, but it was 15-20 minutes of some basic exercises.
Guys, how
So,
do you see body technique as part of your life moving forward? So, you know, we came into contact with body technique, and now, do you see it part of your life in the next
Absolutely.
5, 10, 15, 20 years? Is this something you're planning on being part of your life for the rest of your life?
I think this kind of knowledge, after you experience it, there is no really back. You can a little bit relax or do it more often, but once you're aware of the shift you can get with not much effort on many levels of your being, I don't think you can forget it. You can just be more busy and have more excuses and do it less, or be a little bit go deeper.
Yeah.
Yes, depends on the also whatever life situation is. But I think there is, yeah, that's it.
Right, so it's definitely going to be part of your life
And
moving
definitely.
forward. Marija, Liza, you guys wanted to say something?
I can say that coming here, I've opened another window in my fitness field. And I must say that this window will be part of every class that I'm going to be giving to my clients in United Arab Emirates. And they're lucky people.
They are lucky people, yeah.
Because many trainers and people, experts in fitness field, they know one way. Okay, fine, they know maybe 3, 4, 5 ways of teaching. But this way is a platform for every way that you want to build up later on. So there is no right and wrong here. Those exercises can be modified if you want to build on top tennis, if you want to build on top every sport that you want and wish to train further on. So definitely this will be my new beginning from today, and I think they're going to be really happy with seeing new approach of.
I'm very glad you mentioned tennis and other sports.
True.
Because obviously that's your field of expertise, and you're surrounded with athletes and working on different in different sports. How do you see? I mean, I know from experience that a lot of different athletes, top level athletes, have tried body technique and has literally helped them, or maybe even saved their career at some point. How could you integrate what you've learned here into, let's say, working with, let's say, a tennis player? Why not?
Absolutely. I mean, in fact, we had 1 or 2 exercises that are called tennis waves. So Anna already is proactive, as we know, and she's developed movements for each athlete in their field.
Beautiful.
So I was struggling with that exercise, believe it or not.
Yeah,
I couldn't have full range, and that I was just aware of how unable I was in my own sport of performing in a full amplitudes, let's say. So yeah.
Wonderful. Liza, did you want to share something else?
I just wanted to mention that I agree with Ranko, and I think it's very hard to forget the shift in the mindset that this exercise provides us. And for my plans for the future, I think I'm going to keep practicing body technique as a hobby, and then maybe in some time I also start teaching other people the same.
Wonderful. Yeah, I mean, we need to spread the...
We have to spread.
Yeah, we need to spread the
Worldwide,
positive word. Definitely. Ranko, if you can maybe just a little bit, I'm very interested in this whole psychotherapy approach, because you were doing psychotherapy, body psychotherapy. So you were involving body 10 years ago when you were doing it, right? And what you were doing before, how is that different from what Anna Marija is doing here with body technique? I'm sure there are some similarities.
Yes. It's hard to put it in the 2 boxes, similarities and differences. Basically, it's all knowledge about life, about the body, about person. So I think basically it's the same field on one level. I'm looking at it as the same field, the knowledge about the human, about yourself, let's say.
And we are not
see
body, mind, soul. We are all
I don't see it as a self-help technique. I see it really as the deeper understanding of the human nature, of our own nature, and that every person gets it individually as understanding, and it can carry it further. With those exercises, I think it's a pretty simple way, because you're moving your body, you're doing body exercise. You don't need a deep philosophy, some guru who will explain you about universe, energies and stuff like this. You just move your body and look into yourself and see what happened. And the shift which is inside you is your teacher, basically. So that's the evolution which I see in this technique, that everybody is its own, gets to be its own teacher. So the possibilities are endless, basically. It's the capacity of the person who exercises, who chooses how much it will open and where to go, where to take it further.
Wonderful. There is a wonderful book that Anna has written, and I know we can find it on Amazon. Body Technique. So I would definitely advise whoever is listening to this, and we're hoping that we're going to get a lot of different views. Check it out on Amazon. It's a wonderful book. I know that Anna has put a lot of effort into it. But when we say effort, it's effortless effort.
Effortless.
Yes,
basically.
Absolutely.
Because whatever she does, in the end, is effortless. And I'm very happy, Marija, to hear that she already came up with different exercises for, let's say, tennis. I also have some connection with tennis in my life. Because that's who she is. She just reacts. I think that she is like a vehicle for whatever divine energy surrounding us is flowing through her, and she's enabling it to flow and actually teaching all of us how we can do the same thing, because that's the end goal, right?
That's right.
That we are all kind of a unified person and unified being that's equally represents the body, the mind, the spiritual, the emotional, and that's what body technique does.
The whole package.
Yeah,
The whole
yeah,
package.
the whole package. We just have another beautiful body technique practitioner joining us. Ulrike, welcome.
Hello.
I see that you're listening to what we're saying, and you wanted to share some of your experiences with us. So please do.
Yes, because it was the aspect about the emotions which get really set free, and it has a lot to do with the way Anna Maria works on you, because she really does it all the way. So it's not only telling me, do this, do this, do this. It comes, there's always also the point where I get touched, and I get touched in a very specific way. And I don't know, and then I can't explain how it happens, but it's true. I really experienced this, that I had the feeling my heart is about to burst, or I feel this immense relief, like I would fall on the softest bed you can imagine, like really in the soft deepness. And so this is because she gives, this is how I feel it. I can't explain it on a academic, physical way. So I just explain it how it comes to me. It's like I feel really her love. She's really giving something which is happening just between her and me, or her and my body is just responding, and this is really amazing, but because sometimes it's really raw, the touch, so it could be even almost painful, but the reaction is interesting, how, because something opens, something gets really hot, something is relieved, or you almost burst out in tears, and this is why this technique is so unique. I don't know, it's really amazing.
Can we ask you, how did you learn about Anna or body technique?
Well, I just met her. That's the most direct way.
You met her right here in Hvar?
And then I decided I want to know more, yes.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Yeah, so you're one of the lucky ones.
Yes, definitely.
Well, thank you very much for sharing your part of the story as well.
Yeah,
I think it really plays well with everything that we were saying so far. Guys, any other closing statements you would like to make?
I would just like to say that I'm thankful that my path crossed with those great people over here, and knowing that there is someone who is willing to share knowledge without any selfish feeling in themselves, sharing something so rich and full, it has no price. So I'm thankful that really I'm here today, and I've learned so much in these few days that, I'm speechless. I don't know what to say else.
Wonderful. Yeah, I wish, I wish this would have been a video, but we have some issues with the lighting right now, so this is going to be an audio podcast. But I'm sure that people will be able to feel this energy that we're feeling here in Hvar.
I'm sure they will.
Right now. Liza, you?
Yeah, I'm also very thankful, and I will always remember what Anna told me: treat your body as your lab. I think it's a great sentence. And yeah, come and join us next year on Hvar.
Wonderful. Guys, come out to Hvar. Ranko, any last words you want to share with us?
I don't know. I think the experience is the most important here. So just try few exercises and.
Guys, I really want to thank you very much. I feel very blessed that I was able to meet you as well, and to meet other people that are involved with body technique. For everybody that's listening, please check us out on Body Technique book on Amazon, body-technique.com, the website. And until the next time, be healthy, be happy, and be good. Thank you very much.
And listen to your body.
And listen to your body. Yes. Take care.